This is where we sat, on the terrace of the Beurs, in Café Staal, and felt an unexpected feeling of ambivalence in the identity of that space. This was the moment of our first epiphany, an identity difficult to describe because of its eclectic values. We knew there was something in it, but we didn't know yet what. The location, at the crossing between the Koolsingel, Hoogstraat and Beurstraverse, has always been representative of the ambition and character of Rotterdam, a character directed towards the future. Since the reconstruction of the city, the location is defined as the commercial center, an open-air shopping mall following strict modern principles. It has been the playground for architectural and urban plans, for instance with the construction of the Beurstraverse and the underground crossing in the 90s, or still today with the transformation of the Koolsingel into a gigantic pedestrian boulevard.
Ook hier aan de Koolsingel, in en rond het kanaal, gaat het werk door.
This project embraces this eclecticism and researches upon the experience and meaning of the location. In times where everything constantly changes, where everything is known, there is a need to question the transformations of places and to propose alternatives based on their existing elements. Through conceptual recycling, the consumed contents of the world can be recharged, enriched like uranium, and ever new generations of false facts and fabricated evidences can be generated simply through the act of interpretation. Description by design is a method that consists of various ways of recognizing the true value of the location in which we operate, all through different scales, from its urban compositions and its architectural elements up to very detailed expertise of its hidden values. The method is including a subjective reading of the space. It seeks the unexpected within the ordinary. In this case, we recognized presence of medieval forms within the chosen modern body. Therefore, in our process, we catalogued medieval compositions and translated them into modern interventions. Starting from an existing composition, a medieval analogy is confronted to the existing in order to study its principles. Further, this analogy is gradually superposed with the existing until a first concept for the intervention. Following that process, a series of compositions are transformed. After collages come a series of fragments operating in the same way but adding a level of detail and materiality. The confrontation between existing matter and analogy and the progressive building of epiphany is tested in 2D but also in 3D with an intensive and progressive use of models. The atlas is a selection of symbolic elements taken from the context. It operates as visual link between old and new, as base for our descriptive reaction, hence the description by design. The developed method of our project aims for action and chooses moments of the central area of Rotterdam where compositionally the surrounding creates circumstances for potential new openings. And these circumstances are being pushed in the form of architectural interventions that either react to the existing or enhance it, aiming for augmenting its compositional values and identity. These interventions stimulate the perception of a viewer, the everyman perspective, to imagine a parallel reality just slightly different from the one he is now in.